Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show, which you haven't seen it before, is the very best programme on the television. Or if you have seen it before, you know it's one where I start off with a very big lie. And featuring tonight, we have a man of 1,000 voices, all of them the same, Stephen Frost. Then a man of 1,000 faces, very few of them human, Colin Mockery. Then a man of $1,000, all of them travel expenses, Brad Sherwood. And finally, a man of 1,000 appearances in this programme, Ryan Stiles. And the first game is for all four contestants, so they're to come on down, especially Stephen and Brad, because they're going to be starting off doing this, asking only questions. If they turn into statements, stop asking questions, I'll buzz them out, then they'll be replaced by the people behind them, and so on until we get rid of everybody, and my buzzer wins. Okay, so the scene is, you're on Noah's Ark. It could be people, it could be animals, that's about it, I think, on Noah's Ark. Asking any questions, where you go.
What'd you do with the sheep, Noah?
Do you think it looks like rain?
Do you suppose it would rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
How many cows are there?
Why did you bring me as your pair?
What happened to the unicorns?
Did you just get shorter?
Haven't you heard of water shrinkage?
What's water shrinkage?
Don't you? Where are you going?
You smell something?
Isn't it obvious you would smell something in the ark?
Did you feed the goats?
Was I supposed to?
Well, did you feed the goats?
What should I feed them?
Did you feed them the ducks?
How long did it take you to make this?
Did it take me?
Never heard of that.
So where are the giraffes going to put their heads?
Is that important?
Have you never worked with giraffes before?
Is that apparent?
Where the hell have you been? What do you think?
Were you at the front of the boat?
You mean the pointy end? Didn't I tell you to stay away from there? Why?
Didn't you notice something unusual up there?
Didn't you see the leak?
You took a leak?
Okay, listen, I think that's the best that's ever been played. Half a point each. If you go on to called Film and Theatre Styles, it's for Ryan and Colin, and they have to act out a little scene, which I'll give them in just a moment. But as in the tradition of this game, they have to break into a variety of film and theatre styles, as now suggested by members of the enthusiastic studio audience, and indeed by the rest of them. So has anybody got any films? Star Trek, yes, and a good staple, good straightforward. Western. Sorry, somebody did say Swedish porn there, because somebody always does. Is it the same person who comes every week, so to speak? Wait, hang on, listen. Riverdance came behind me, that's good. And what was it? Crime Watch. Any more theatre ones, actually, in a sort of theatre? With the, Shakespeare, that's the guy, that's him. Music Hall, yeah. Jesus Christ Superstar, yes, that's it. All right, that's it. That's it. We've now got every possible film or theatre style, and I'll just do different ones anyway as the fancy takes me. But what's your scene you're thinking? Colin, you're a policeman, and you've come to investigate reports of a strange disturbance on a chicken farm. There, keep your start for the moment. We'll go into ones when we get to them.
Excuse me. I'm a policeman. I happen to be walking by, noticing a disturbance here on the poultry farm.
Oh, and you suspect foul play?
Yes.
Well, I'm the owner of the farm, and I can tell you nothing's wrong here. Everything's fine.
What's with all these chickens looking confused and dazed? They're running around in a circle.
They're tired and hungry and peeved and...
Why are they peeved, sir?
Look, I can't lie to you. I've known these chickens for many a years, and we share some things between chicken and man that chicken and man should not share.
Go on.
But go on in a Star Trek kind of way.
Well, on my planet we call it Gluki.
Yes, I've heard of this. Gluki.
Well, it's not logical that the chickens should sleep in the barn while I sleep in a large house.
Of course it's not logical. Chickens are made for love.
Well, chickens aren't always made for... Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you with my ear. Ah, a portable fan.
It's best that the chickens are kept.
Riverdance.
Well, I have many more chickens over outside. Would you like to take a look?
Yes, but I am the lord of the chickens.
Okay, Well, do a bit more river dance. Come over here. Okay. Just checking. Jurassic Park.
You dance good for a human. I've never seen a human dance like.
Very good. Okay. All right, now. That puts Colin to a shock 1 point lead as we go on to a game called Old Job, New Job. And this is going to feature Stephen, Ryan and Brad, who'd like to come on down. And the idea of this is a scene's being acted out of introducing a fiancé to the father. Stephen will come in due course and he'll be the father. But he used to be a dog show judge and he will reveal this, suggest this subtly, just by the power of his improvisation. So you talk the scene and he'll come in due course.
Brad, I have to tell you, I'm really nervous about meeting your father.
Connie, now remain calm.
What if he doesn't like me? What if he thinks I'm ugly?
You're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Now just relax.
I just don't want to disappoint you. Give us a kiss.
Hi, Pop. I want you to meet Connie.
Hello, it's very
Sit!
Sit! I really don't. Okay.
So, I understand you want to marry.
Well, yes. We've been.
I knew you'd like her.
I like you. I look good.
I never said this would happen.
Look good.
I don't like this at all. Why don't
I told you she was a good bitch.
I could jump over it if I wanted to. Don't make me do it.
Do it! She's just nervous, Dad.
Come on, put your head in my lap.
I'm sorry.
Come on, put your head in my lap.
God, I don't think.
Do it.
You see, I can't allow you on the furniture.
Actually, never mind about your son.
That got rather disturbing there. No points, I'm afraid, but Ryan is awarded best of breed. As we go into a game called Home Shopping, this is for Ryan and Colin. They're going to be appearing on a home shopping channel and trying to sell the most difficult things you might be having to sell on a home shopping channel. And what we've got for you there is some waders.
Waiter.
Some waders with holes in, so that makes them rather difficult to sell. And there's some chewing gum chewed by somebody else already. So you can try and sell those, plus one other object. Can we just describe another object which might be equally difficult to sell? A solar-powered torch. I think that just deserves to be there for sheer imagination already. Solar-powered torch. And those two other items on the shopping channel with you now.
Hi, it's 5 o'clock and it's time to shop. I'm Cedro Woolley.
And I'm Woodrow Seeley.
We want you to get out those checkbooks, relax, get something to eat, and get ready to buy.
Shop, shop, shop! Shop, shop, shop! Shop, shop, shop! Nothing subliminal about this!
Hey, what's this I found under your chair?
Oh my gosh, why, it looks like 2 discarded pieces of gum.
You know, I have to admit, I love putting things under chairs like gum, but I haven't got the time and the day to chew.
What are you saying?
I'm saying this gum is already chewed.
So you save valuable time and just stick it under your seat.
Time I can spend doing something else. Hey, what are those?
Well, what do you think I have here?
Well, they look like boots, but they can't be for going in the water, because they've got holes.
I gotta tell you that aquaphobia is destroying many of our young adults. Many of them are afraid to fish. But with the holy waiter, you stick your feet in, and slowly as the water starts to get up, you start to feel happy with the water. Sure, you tend to pee a lot, but that's just a byproduct. How much would you buy these for?
You could use those for night fishing.
Night fishing, gee. If only there was a way to see in the dark with the moon.
But you don't want something with a big flame, because that would scare the fish.
No, what you want is a torch or flashlight.
Not a torch with a flame.
No, something solar powered.
Solar powered?
Powered by the sun. Now, how would that work at night? Well, Ryan will explain.
As you know, when it's dark here, it's still light somewhere else. That's why every solar-powered torch is over 5,000 miles long. So you can get the sun on the other side of the world.
And if you'll buy that, you'll buy anything.
still haven't worked out the score, so can we take another commercial break? No, let's carry on. And let's do a game called Quick Change. This is for Brad, Colin, and Stephen. Like to come on down. Brad and Colin will be acting out a scene, and they'll just be improvising away. But every now and then, for no particular reason, Stephen will say change, and they must rapidly change what they just said to something else. This should become clear as we get going. And so you're telling the general you're under attack. Telling the general you're under attack is the scene. You have to change when Stephen tells you.
General,
Yes.
we're under attack.
How bad is it?
Change.
Is it serious?
Change.
I'm not scared.
Change.
Nice outfit.
Sir, we're surrounded by 100 German officers.
Change.
31 Lithuanian midgets.
Change.
A circus troupe with a really bad elephant.
This is more serious than I thought.
Yes, the elephant looks very angry.
Oh, is it wearing a howdah?
Change.
Is it dressed in pink?
Change.
Does it have any stealth equipment? Because I hate those stealth elephants. They sneak right up on you, and then you got a butt full of peanuts.
I didn't really, reconnaissance hasn't really come back with that sort of information, sir. But I do know that some of the acrobats have bazookas.
Change.
The acrobats have large guns.
Change.
The acrobats are totally naked and making shadow puppets with their tentacles. It's distracting the men, sir.
What language were they speaking?
Change.
Were they walking on eggs?
Change.
Did they know any funny hand signals?
Well, they weren't quite funny from what I could see, sir, but there were hand signals nonetheless.
Could you show them to me?
Well, sir, I'm a little embarrassed, but there was one like this.
Change.
Like this.
Change.
Like this.
Change. 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 Change.
Okay, let's see the left thing on there. Thank you very much. Okay. Right. I need hardly say that Colin's going to the lead then, because he hasn't. So as we go on to a game called Party Quirks, this is for all four contestants, but mainly Brad, who's going to be the host of the party. All the others will be guests of the party, but to each of the guests has been given a strange way of behaving, a quirk, which they're consulting their envelopes to know what they are. Brad doesn't know what they are, but he'll work it out just from the way they improvise and from his native wit and intelligence. So Brad, if you'd like to come on down here, get the party ready, and I'll indicate when the guests are arriving by my doorbell noise, which is my creative contribution to this particular round.
Thank you, Brad.
Okay, you ready? Party going with a swing?
Yes. I can't believe... Oh. Hello, come
Why
on.
took you so long to open the door? Stand up straight. You should have a bib on. You might spill food down here. It's a lovely party dress you got on.
Thank you. You're the first one here.
Are these schnitzels?
Yes, they are.
You must have a cold then. Now then.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you, Brad.
Don't stand too close. You get cold.
Is that a turkey?
Yes, it is. It's a butterball. Oh,
I hope he washes his hands after that.
be careful in there. Hold still.
Hey Brad, how are you?
Hi.
Brad, look out!
My chafing dish.
Oh. Okay, wait.
Have you met Jackie Chan?
I don't think you should be mixing with these nasty boys. They'll be a bad influence on you in later life.
Well, since you're my German schoolmaster.
Yeah, German nanny, yes. Try to get the femininity there, but...
Sorry, this horn.
Why don't you go back to making porn films? Like you used to do.
Yeah, you're nearly there with that one.
Oh, corn. Niblets.
Oh, you're a naked performance artist who likes to use food.
He likes food, yes, that's right.
You know, I hate inviting stuntmen to my parties.
Stuntman, now there is an extra film, that's good, yeah. All right. That was a sort of puzzling one there, so Brad, you did very well, and I think you must be the lead by now. As we go on to a game called Mission Impossible, Colin and Ryan will act out an everyday scene in the style of Mission Impossible, and Stephen will be on hand to be the voice of the tape, which always seems to crop up on the Mission Impossible. But instead of making a difficult thing to do, you've got to think of some simple activity, some simple tasks for them to do, as though it were...
Mowing the lawn.
Changing the light bulb or mowing the lawn. Wait a minute, no, I think there's enough there. I think mowing the lawn. Getting the lawn generally cut, tidied, trimmed, everything. That's your task. Take it away.
All right, okay. Thank you. The neighbors are complaining again.
Damn. What can we do?
I don't know.
Perhaps the cassette will help us. We're going to have to use the Russian tape recorder.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
How are we?
We're fine. How about
Did you have a good vacation?
I'll go to the big part.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to mow the lawn. Do you think you can handle it?
Sounds tough, sir.
This tape will self... Oh, it just did.
Right in my face. Why is it always me? Look, we gotta get out there. We gotta mow that lawn. We gotta stop the neighbors from complaining, but we can't let them see us.
Well, I guess we better just go.
We don't want them to know who we are. We better put on these outfits.
No. Just put on that nice suit.
Let's go.
Wait. We've got to get across the grass to the shed. That's where the lawnmower is.
Why didn't you put it in there?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
It's not important.
No, we can't fight among ourselves.
Look, we can burrow underneath the grass, pop up in the shed, so they can't see us.
All right, you do that. I'll just walk across the lawn.
I'll put on these gopher teeth.
Come on up. You know, the grass wasn't mined or anything. It was perfectly safe. The door seems to be locked.
We could go in through the sky roof, but how would we get up there?
Wait. I've got my expandable pogo stick. Hold on.
Right.
Now! Run the top.
Careful, careful. It's a long distance down there. It must be 4 feet.
Wait a minute. You're what?
6'5".
Yes!
All right. Gotta get her out the door. Remember,
It's locked on the inside, too.
that's one tricky door. Oh, I guess we can
You're gonna have to blow it.
blow the door. Are you out of your mind?
No, I mean blow it up.
Oh, wait. You had Mexican food for lunch, didn't you?
I think I see where you're going.
I got matches. Shake it, go. Let's go. Now, we gotta let them see us more.
I'll get a sheet.
What would a sheep help us at this point?
Sheep!
Oh,
Wait a minute. Sheep.
sheep.
They eat grass.
We don't even need a lawnmower.
What about those experiments we've been doing in the other part of the shed?
You mean here?
Yes.
Look at all the sheep.
Well, we cloned them, remember?
Yeah, we could just let them out of here and let them cut the lawn. Or eat it up or whatever they do.
All right. You better put on the enticing sheep costume.
Damn, why always me?
Because you smell like one. They're going. They're going.
Okay, well, that's just summed up what much is. Definitely the best game of Mission Impossible ever played, and that's a quarter point each. As we go into a game called Greatest Hits, this is a game for Brad, with the assistance of Ryan and Colin, and Richard Runch at the piano. So Brad is going to be singing some songs from an album of Greatest Hits, as described to us by Ryan and Colin, and it's songs of the farmyard. So a compilation disc of songs of the farmyard. Take it away.
Aye, it's 5 o'clock and you want to have a party, but you just haven't got the right music, have they, Teddy?
No.
But you will with new hits of the barnyard. Who could ever forget that German drinking song, You're Just a Chicken, but What the Cluck? You're just a chicken, but what the cluck? I'm a man who's full of luck. I will give my chicken a feel, pull down my lederhosen and my glockenspiel. Many a night of heavy betting I've had to that song.
Oh, that song always fails to bring a tear to my eye. Who can forget that great punk song?
I forgot that one.
Is that a mere record or are you just happy to see me?
Oi! Come on, let's go out and try to dance! I got a rudiment, you got corn in your pants! I got paper clipped in my nose and a pin in my ear! So back away from me, cause I got a chicken in my rear! Back off, right! You know, a lot of these these songs are great, but there's only one song that stayed on the top 10 list for over 12 weeks.
I think I know which one you're about to mention.
I'm talking that very romantic French ballad, You May Be Just a Horse, But You Got a Hell of an Ass.
I want to take you and gallop away. I love you, my horse, you're Maurice Chevalier. I love your ass 'cause it is so tight and round. And when I jump on your saddle, I'm above the ground. Oh, I love you! You are my horse! You're my true love, and you caused my divorce.
Well, surprisingly enough, despite that end game, surprisingly enough, the winners this week, joint winners, are Ryan and Stephen. So well done, Ryan and Stephen. The prize for winning is to read the credits of style of my choosing, and you're two construction workers on a scaffolding. And you've got to read the credits in that style. Just remains for me to thank Stephen Frost, Colin Mockery, Brad Sherwood, Ryan Stiles, Richard Franch, the pianist, B. Clavers, and say good night. Good night.
Oi, Crunch! Nice ass!
Look at that set on that Chris Owen down there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
Four wheelers!
Hey, let's see if I can hit Eric Levy.
Marathon Susan Godfrey's gospel.
Like a pigeon's over an awesome McGregor. They got her.
Might be a love for sport.
So God,
Always comes down to good. Look.
Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show, which if you haven't seen it before, is the very best program on the television. Well, if you have seen it before, you know it's one where I start off with a very big lie. And featuring tonight, we have a man of 1,000 voices, all of them the same, Stephen Frost. Then a man of 1,000 faces, very few of them human, Colin Mockery. Then a man of $1,000, all of them travel expenses, Brad Sherwood. And finally, a man of 1,000 appearances in this program, Ryan Stiles. And the first game is for all four contestants. I'd like to come on down, especially Stephen and Brad, because they're going to be starting off doing this scene, asking only questions. If they turn into statements, stop asking questions, I'll buzz them out, then they'll be replaced by the people behind them, and so on until we get rid of everybody, and my buzzer wins. Okay, so the scene is, you're on Noah's Ark. It could be people, it could be animals. That's about it, I think, on Noah's Ark. Asking any questions, where you go.
What'd you do with the sheep, Noah?
Do you think it looks like rain?
Do you suppose it would rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
How many cows are there?
Why did you bring me as your pair?